Did you put your panties on today? Did you brush your teeth? How does your breath smell? Let's sit down and have a conversation. Grab something nice, warm, and toasty, and let's talk. I'm Shonya. I'm a certified life coach, financial behavior strategist. I work 9 to 5. I am a mom to 3 amazing humans and 1 amazing fur baby. I am a married woman for 30 years. I've worked for my company for 25 years. I'm a friend, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a cousin. I am a heck of a lot of things. Oh, and I'm 50. So I'm having conversations here with women and some guys who want to listen and get something out of it because, women are in their life. And I'm talking about all things evolution, hence the name of my channel, Evolve with Grace. So, if you want to pause it and get yourself something nice and cozy, I'm cozy. I'm in my pajamas still, and I have a blankie on. And I want to talk to you about my quest for slower living. If you are anything like me, you've watched many videos on YouTube or Instagram. YouTube, Instagram, maybe even something on TV where they talk about slow living. It is serene. The videos that I see are serene. The person talking, I don't know if I can do that soft of a voice, but since it's still early morning, I figure I'll try to mellow it out a little bit for you guys. It's looks very quaint and relaxing and slow and peaceful. Yes, peaceful. It's tons of self-care, and I'm not going to say traipsing through the tulips, but it looks amazing. And I think we all need it. And I'm on a quest to figure out what that looks like for a person like moi, and maybe like you, meaning a person that is either super busy, whether you work from home, meaning you stay at home and take care of your children and your household, or if you work from home and you have a business, or you're working from your company from home, or you work at a 9 to 5. I do several weeks of the month, 2 weeks in the month in the office and 2 weeks at home. So I do both. But if you've watched any of my past videos, you'll know I'm one of those people who do not know how to turn their brain off. I am the carpe diem girl. I love to seize the day. When I'm at work all week, it's work, 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 work. Then I look for a period of time that I can just get up on the weekends and go. I'm not one of those people who give myself the grace to sleep in. I really try. Like, I will say, I'm sleeping in tomorrow. I'm not getting up past 7 a.m. I'm sleeping in. But I'll lay there and I'll think about all the things that I can do that I wasn't able to do when I was working my 9 to 5 job. So that's what brings me here to this conversation. And I'm probably going to make many videos about this because I think that slowing down is important. And, but I don't think it happens overnight. I think it's something that you have to work at. Sounds crazy, right? Work at a slower lifestyle. It does sound crazy. So back in 2018, when I broke my ankle 3 times, three times, literally, all 3 bones at the same time, I couldn't walk for 6 months. And I lived out of a recliner. And some of the loveliest people in my life had told me, oh, that's God's way of making you slow down. And I'm like, what am I doing that's so fast that I needed to have a plate and 9 screws to slow me down? And when you're sitting up there for 6 months, you have a lot of time to reflect. I always try to learn something from a situation. So yes, I learned a lot about myself and those around me when it came to the 6 months that I couldn't walk. And of course, there's growth that comes with that. But I don't think any of us should have to have a plate and 9 screws in order to slow down. So I rack my brain. And I love YouTube University. I'm a I probably watch more YouTube than I do of television because I can go to a topic that I love and want to learn more about, and I will do that. Or a topic that motivates me and I'll watch it. So the slower living lifestyle is wonderful. And for some of us, for the time period that we were all in the house, um, due to circumstances, it was a slower lifestyle. We played tic-tac-toe. I bought board games for the house. That was tic-tac-toe. We played games. We watched movies in the backyard, on the projector, on our garage. I probably baked more, cooked more. I shopped a hell of a lot less. And it was a slower lifestyle. But how do you incorporate a slower, more peaceful lifestyle? I want to talk to you about why it's important. It's kind of like a recharging of our batteries. So if you're a go, 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 or even like back in the day, remember those cute little wind-up toys that had a thing on the back and the feet would just go? That's how I feel sometimes, like a wind-up toy. And even when I'm watching TV, I'm thinking. So I'm like, what does this look like for a person like me, for my lifestyle? And I Google and I YouTube and I look and I'm like, oh, everybody who's living a slower life works from home or is a stay-at-home mom. I want to see a slower lifestyle, a softer maybe lifestyle for someone like me, for someone maybe like you. How does that work? So I dig, excuse me. I dig and I look up stuff and, I'm like, okay, there's got to be a way, there's got to be a platform out here for people like myself who get to embrace, like traipsing through the tulips, just chilling and watching, the birds. And that is something that you have to make time for. So, in the beginning of the video, I asked you if you put your underwear on today. Are you wearing your panties? That sounds like such a weird question. Did you brush your teeth? Okay. So, the reason why I asked that is because those things are rituals. Those things you don't have to think about. You're not going to just get up and go out to work or out in the streets and have forgotten to put your underwear on. Yeah. Putting on deodorant. There's times where I catch myself, I'm like, oh my God, did I put my deodorant on today? But you do that unconsciously. So the reason why it's easy to forget whether you put the deodorant on is because you do it robotically. It's a ritual. It is something that you do that you don't have to think about. Now, I love a good routine. I watch 5 a.m. routines and morning routines and nighttime routines and cleaning routines and organizing routines. Those are all great things that you have to kind of put your mind to work at, to make happen. Like you create this routine and then you follow it and you try to hold yourself accountable to the routine. It's fantastic if you can create a routine for something. But most of the time it's more of what I'm talking about is more of a ritual. It's something that you do without having to give it thought. And I see it. If personal finance, I'm very big into personal finance. And one of the things that I've always suggested, and I hear other financial gurus suggest, is putting your bills on automatic payment. Well, you put your bills on automatic payment because this way you don't forget to do it. And it's something that you don't have to be in control of. It just happens. What prompted me to talk about this, again, I've got a lot going on in here. A lot going on. And my daughter prompted me to do this. She doesn't even know that she did. And she's going to watch this video, so she'll know I'm talking about her. She called me the other day, and I was getting in the shower, so I told her I would call her back. When I called her back, it went straight to voicemail. I'm like, oh, that's weird. I just talked to her a little while ago, and I called her again, and it went to voicemail. Excuse me. And then I called her again for the third time, and then she picked up. And it was after 7 or 8 o'clock at night. And I said, Hun, I told you I was going to call you back when I got out of the shower. And she says, oh, yeah. She's like, I know you know how to get through. Yes, I do. Mother always knows how to get through. She says, but my phone is on Do Not Disturb, starting, I think, 8 p.m. or 7 p.m. And I'm like thinking to myself, wow, Do Not Disturb? That's automated on your phone every day? And I'm like, oh, that's kind of odd. 7, 8 o'clock at night, you're putting on Do Not Disturb. So that's one of my daughters. And my girls are my people. I'm always their mom, but I can talk to them about anything. And they're at that stage of life that even they give me advice. So as much as I talk to them, they also help me with some things. And they both, from different perspectives, helped me make the decision to talk about this in my video. So I talked to her and she's like, yeah, Do Not Disturb every night. I need to protect my peace. Yeah, she sounds like her mother. And I'm like, look at you protecting your peace. Wow. You don't even have to think about that. You have that on as a ritual. Your ritual is that phone goes to Do Not Disturb. I don't know what that means. I don't know if it means that she doesn't hear the text messages or the phone calls or, any alerts from social media. But I'm going to check that out because I think that's a great idea to make that a ritual. Something you don't have to think about, something that's automated, and it just happens. Then I talked to my other daughter, and I said, wow, your sister has her phone on Do Not Disturb after a certain hour. I said, that's great. And she's like me, very fast-paced. She's got a lot on her plate. She does a lot of things. My daughter, who puts her phone on Do Not Disturb, I'm very proud of because she is a hard worker. She's very dedicated to her career. She is boss babe. And for her to put her phone on Do Not Disturb, I was happy for that because sometimes I worry about her getting burnt out. When you don't own the company and it sucks the life out of you, they'll just replace you with somebody else that they can suck the life out of. So I love that she did that. So then I'm talking to my other daughter, who is like me. And I said, hon, like really trying to think about what this slower living looks like, or like a soft life. It just sounds so comforting. And she's like, Mom, I know. She's like, oh my God. She's like, I don't even catch a break. She's like, I feel like I'm running here, I'm running there, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And she's getting married soon. So she's trying to plan a wedding while doing all of these other things. And she teaches and she does side hustles and she's super busy. But she doesn't give herself the grace or the peace because sometimes it's lack of opportunity for her to just be. And she is such a social person that when she does have downtime, everybody wants to be a part of it. So she really doesn't just get to be. She doesn't just get to be. And like if you watch any of my other videos, and I was talking to my sister about it, that it's sometimes you have to choose to be a human being rather than a human doing. And it's really hard to do that. So if you take a look at your life, look around your house, look at yourself, look at your finances. They are a direct reflection to the rituals in your life or the lack thereof. How the rituals work for you. Okay, you brush your teeth. That means your breath doesn't stink. That means that you probably preserve your teeth and gum so that you can chew. Maybe you have a ritual that, every day when you wake up, you unload the dishwasher. That may not be your morning routine. That may be your ritual. That's something that you do every day on repeat, and you don't even think about it. You just come downstairs, you go right to the dishwasher, and you put your dishes away. If you don't do that, you don't have that ritual, you're going to see the impact of not having that. So you come downstairs and maybe your dishwasher's full, maybe there's dishes in the sink, and there's no ritual. There's a woman on social media called the Fly Lady, and I used to watch her videos, especially during that time that we were in the house and I wasn't working outside of home. I was able to focus more on things like this, and what she has you do is shine your sink every night. And the idea of it is not necessarily, she's not telling you to do 50 million tasks at night, but the one thing to make sure is done is that you shine your sink. And I'm like, why shining your sink? But I think that little task becomes a ritual, which makes it easier because you don't want dishes in your sink. So the ritual of having a shiny, clean sink before you go to sleep, it sets you up with that little task, but all the other things that you are required to do to make that happen, it is something that you can make a ritual. Look at your life. If you are overweight, or let's not forget overweight, let's say out of shape, right? And you get winded walking up the stairs. Well, you know that you don't have a fitness ritual. You know that you are not maybe walking more or taking the stairs more or doing something that builds up your cardiovascular capacity so that you don't get winded. But if you had that ritual, you wouldn't get winded. When my girls were young, I didn't have a ritual that I'd get up and I see something, I'd pick it up and put it where it goes. Now I try to use my ritual. I try. So it's really more, it's a ritual in progress because I'm under construction and I don't have all the answers and I don't have it all right. But the ritual of putting something away, like not leaving stuff all over the surfaces, or I have a ritual when I come downstairs in the morning, I will fluff my pillows. As corny as that may sound, and it's like, oh, what's the big deal that you go downstairs and you fluff the pillows? Well, it makes a big difference on the couch if you have pillows that are squished looking like beat up balls versus nice, your pillow sitting nicely on the couch. I'm sharing this with you because I want you to take some time to think about things, your rituals, and are your rituals serving you? You're going to hear me talk about these things in the future too because I'm on a quest and it's not something that happens overnight. Think about your rituals. What do you do day in, day out that you don't even think about? It is your default tendency. My default tendency is not to do, my default tendency is to not focus on those things. So I need to maybe put some thought into it. But I have my rituals of brushing my teeth and putting on my deodorant and, putting my pants on one leg at a time. Putting your pants on one leg at a time is a ritual because you are not holding those pants up in the air and jumping in there like a nut. So the soft, slow living is something that I want to experience. And again, I'm not going to have that aesthetic where everything looks so serene. And yes, I make sourdough. I love sourdough bread. And something about dough, making bread is just very relaxing. It's a peaceful thing for me. And anytime you do something that's like, I hate to say old fashioned, but traditional, planting a garden, doing those things, I want to create rituals out of those things because I think those rituals will build up to what that softer life feels like. It is the morning. When I jumped out of bed to get ready for my day, I was ready to put on clothes because in my mind I was ready to go. Tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day and I have family and friends over and I have 35 pounds of corned beef, maybe 8 to 10 Irish soda breads to make, some cabbage, some potatoes, and I do all these little games, and it is fun. And my mind is like, but I said, no, you know what? You're not going to get up, and you're not going to carpe diem. you're going to enjoy the day. You're going to enjoy the morning. You're going to enjoy the peace in your pajamas for a while. And I'm just going to let myself sit here and talk to you guys with a cup of coffee. Well, it's fa la la latte. It is a blend that I make in the wintertime of all these yummy things that just taste amazing. And I treated myself to a cup this morning. And I am having this chat with you because I want you to be able to breathe a little bit, to aha. I'm one of those people who forget to breathe. Sounds crazy, I know. Meaning I can catch myself holding my breath and not deep breathing. Let's work on a slower lifestyle for ourselves, a softer life, a kinder lifestyle. Maybe create a ritual for yourself, something that makes you feel good and at peace. Not pressured to do something, but just at peace. And maybe it's soaking your feet in a tub of lavender and lemons on a Friday after work. Or it's stretching, just doing a stretch because it feels good, because you're treating yourself to something like a kindness ritual. Meditation, something that brings you peace, that shuts out the noise. And it's okay. There are 24 hours a day. So even if your rituals that you have in your life equate to an hour of those 24, you are giving the other 23. Yes, and I'm talking about when you're sleeping too, because even when you're dreaming, sometimes you're thinking about things that are not for you. But you just need to think about you just a little bit. And yeah. If you have a ritual of something for yourself, put it in the comments. Like my channel. It really helps me out. I've been doing YouTube. Oh, next week will be 2 months. I still can't believe I'm doing this. I'm evolving with grace. Yeah, share this with your friends. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. If you have a ritual, and I hope you do. I hope there's something that you do for yourself that is on repeat, that you don't have to think about. And even if it's a do not disturb, even if it's like, oh, you know what? 3 hours before bed, I turn off my phone, or I don't look at my phone. Or my ritual is to not watch anything scary or violent before I go to sleep at night. The smallest things, the littlest things, because those little things are what helps the quality of your life. And I want to thank you again for being here, and I hope you have an amazing, amazing day. Bye.